Hi, welcome to Manic Mom's Musings. I'm Ciara Knight.
And I'm Julie Hellograth.
Today we're going to be discussing a book. It's a chilling horror story called Asylum Lake. And I just absolutely love this cover. I love it because of all the blues and the fact that the asylum is showing and kind of, is that fingerprints or is that from the cover? It looks like the water is possessed to me.
Yes.
What do you think of the cover?
I love the cover too. The cover is what drew me to the book in the first place. I ran across it on a list of free books that I get emailed to my email, and I saw the cover and was instantly intrigued and wanted to know more about it. And when I read the blurb, I knew it was a book that was right up my alley. And it was awesome. I loved every single word of it.
And then she calls me and says, I have to read this book. And I said, oh, really? What genre is it? Horror. No, I really don't have to read this book.
Yes, she did.
And I did, and I loved it. It's been a long time since I read any horror. How many people have read Stephen King? Every story he's ever written in the 1980s, I think almost everybody I've spoken to has at least read one Stephen King. But that was my last experience with horror films, or movies, or books. We're talking about books. Okay. And this book, to me, had one of the most horrific murder scenes I've read in a long time, but in a good way. I mean, just chilling.
Vivid.
Position, the whole 9 yards of how this was written. I loved the writing in the beginning of the book. I thought the prose were beautiful, well done. I did have a little bit of a difficulty in the very beginning with the point of view, only because I've been reading so many romance novels that I'm used to that pure POV, the first person, the heroine kind of tale, and this one was multiple POVs. Once I got through the first few pages, it didn't matter. The story just flowed very well.
Right, and that never even occurred to me, the different POVs, that I started reading the story and fell in love with the characters and the creepiness of the whole tale, and I couldn't put it down. So that never even really occurred to me. But I loved the writing. I loved the detail and the vividness in which R.A. Evans writes about what's happening in this story, and also the heart of the story, which really, in my opinion, is a love story. It's also dark and depraved and
perfect book for her. No, I'm just kidding.
It really is. That's what I like to read, dark and depraved. But no, it just, at its heart, really, it is about love, and horrible things happen in this book. It's not for everyone, but if you can get past that and get to the true heart of the book, which really is love, then it's a fantastic book. It's absolutely fantastic.
Okay, spoiler alert, because I have to ask her a question. When you're talking about the love story, are you referring to the original love story or the one that develops throughout the book?
I'm both, really, but the main one, and what really causes all of the horror that happens in this book, is the original love story, going back, and I don't want to give too much away, but the book is called Asylum Lake, so it is about an insane asylum. And it's about a relationship that happens between two of the patients in this asylum, and the horrific things that happen to them. And really, that's what causes the darkness to seep into this little town. And from there, that's where all of the horror really comes from.
And I would agree. I do think there's a strong love theme throughout this book, whether it's the character Ellis or the main characters. I mean, it really does blend with all of the characters. I think the thing that I loved the most about the book was the little twists and turns, so you didn't know exactly what was going to happen on the next page. You'd find yourself guessing, oh, I got it, I know what's going to happen, and then you turn the page, and it was a nice twist here and there, and I love books that have that.
Yes, they keep you guessing. This is definitely a page turner. When I started reading the story, I was on a road trip to Florida. I think it was like a 8.5 hour road trip to Florida, and I literally didn't want to stop to go to the bathroom, didn't want to stop to eat. Like, I did not want to put the book down. So I was glad that I started reading it on a road trip where I had a lot of time on my hands to just sit there and delve into this incredible story.
And I would agree. So we highly recommend Asylum Lake by R.A. Evans. So go out and get your copy.
Thank you.
Thank you.